Importing industrial equipment to the USA. In this video, we'll discuss the import process for industrial filtration and purification equipment, including the different factors that can affect the timeline. We'll also provide tips on how to speed up the process and avoid any potential delays. The import process for industrial filtration and purification equipment can be complex, but it can be broken down into a few basic steps. Getting a quote from a supplier. Before you can import any equipment, you need to get a quote from a supplier. This quote will include the price of the equipment, as well as any shipping and handling charges. Preparing the necessary paperwork. Once you have a quote, you'll need to start preparing the necessary paperwork. This includes a commercial invoice, a bill of lading, and a customs declaration. Shipping the equipment. Once the paperwork is complete, you can ship the equipment to your location. The shipping time will vary depending on the distance and the mode of transportation. Clearing customs. When the equipment arrives at your location, it will need to be cleared through customs. This process can take a few days or even weeks, depending on the type of equipment and the customs regulations in your country. Receiving the equipment. Once the equipment has been cleared through customs, you can finally receive it. The timeline for importing industrial filtration and purification equipment can vary significantly depending on a number of factors, including the type of equipment. Some types of equipment are more complex than others and may require additional inspections or certifications. The country of origin. The import process can be more complex if the equipment is coming from a country that is not a member of the World Trade Organization, WTO. The mode of transportation. Shipping by air is usually faster than shipping by sea, but it is also more expensive. The customs regulations in your country. The customs regulations in your country can vary significantly, so it's important to do your research before you import any equipment. There are a few things you can do to speed up the import process for industrial filtration and purification equipment. Work with a reputable supplier. A reputable supplier will be familiar with the import process and can help you avoid any potential delays. Prepare the necessary paperwork well in advance. The more time you give yourself to prepare the paperwork, the less likely you are to encounter any delays. Use a freight forwarder. A freight forwarder can help you with the shipping process and can often speed up the clearance process through customs. Be aware of the customs regulations in your country. By understanding the customs regulations in your country, you can avoid any potential delays. The import process for industrial filtration and purification equipment can be complex, but it can be streamlined by working with a reputable supplier, preparing the necessary paperwork well in advance, and using a freight forwarder. By following these tips, you can help to speed up the process and get your equipment into your hands as quickly as possible. If you need help importing industrial filtration and purification equipment, contact a reputable supplier today. They can help you with the entire process, from getting a quote to clearing customs.